So someone DM'd us, his name is Bradley, and he DM'd us on Roads of Life asking like a few questions. So basically he was asking basically he wanted me to convince so like, you know when you're younger and you're always like, oh my god, I want to like feel what it is to feel like have a broken bone, or like have a cast, or like have a brace, or like you always want to be like in a boot and have crutches and stuff, not really because of the injury, but just because you've always like, I don't know. If you haven't had that feeling, then I mean that's you, but like I feel like a lot of kids have had that, and like yeah. So basically he wants me to because like he's never broken a bone, so he wants like me to persuade the people that want to feel what it feels like to not want to feel what it feels like, basically, and like for like to make them tell them how like terrible this is and how you don't want it basically to happen to you. So he like DM'd us, but I'm not gonna, yeah. So I'm just going to shout out to Bradley for asking. Shout out to Bradley for asking the question. So I'm just going to be talking about my experience and all of that. So basically, on Friday the 13th at 3:30, I broke my tibia. It was a tibio-plateau fracture. And I broke it right under the knee, right near the growth plate. So it's like, yeah. So basically, I was doing a front aerial, if y'all don't know what that is. It's like it's a forward skill, and you land coming down like on one leg and then step onto the other leg. So kind of like a frog, where you're coming over and you go like this. Okay? And so I didn't warm up or anything, and I was just like, okay, we're just gonna go into it, because like, I mean, I was warmed up, but I wasn't warmed up for front aerials basically. And so I was just like, okay, we're gonna go into, I can do the skill. So I go into it, and I land on my leg, and like all of a sudden, like I just like felt, like I don't know how to explain it because I can't exactly remember everything that happened. Like, not that I blanked out, but like it was more like I don't even know how I felt the move. Like I don't remember if I just felt it or if I put my hand on my knee and then felt it. But I think that I felt it move like just by like I just actually felt like inside my leg, if you know what I'm saying. And it was like the worst pain I've ever experienced. And I'm like not one to be dramatic like about an injury, and like I don't tell people when like I'm injured, like if it's like a non-serious injury, and I would never like if I like sprain my ankle, I would fall to the ground crying or like anything like that. So when I like did this, like I literally like directly fell to the ground, like, and I screamed like one time, and then like I just like remember it as a dream. Like I saw, like I looked up, like from like I was holding my leg, it was like bent, holding my leg, and then I looked up and I saw my coach's face, and it was just like I thought she saw it or saw like something scary, because her face looked like she like saw some, like it was like it looked bad, because I didn't really look at it, and I was just kind of like everything was blurry. And so I thought that she saw it, and it just looked like a dream. I looked up, and then I saw her face, and I just thought I was gonna pass out. But I didn't pass out, thank God. But then I was in excruciating pain. Like it's like the worst pain like ever. Well, not ever, but it's really, really not fun. Honestly, I couldn't straighten my leg at all. Like it was like stuck there, and it like was just like throbbing, and like I don't even know how to explain the pain. And then so she was like, do you want to try to straighten your leg? And I was like, no, I cannot. I'm so scared. Like I can't straighten it. And thank God we did not straighten my leg, because we didn't know it was that serious. Well, I didn't know at all what it was, because I don't even know. But like my coach didn't think it was like, she thought it was serious, but not like broken, basically. So thank God we didn't straighten it. And I mean, I don't even think I could have straightened it, even if I did like try. Like it was like to the like point, I just wanted my leg to fall off. Like it was so terrible. They like pre-wrapped around my like knee with ice, trying to keep it kind of together, and then they stood me up, and my leg just drops like it like so then they picked me up. They were like, okay, so they picked me up really like not fast, but like fast, so that my leg wasn't like sitting open like that any longer. And so they picked me up, and like Rob held under like the leg so that it wouldn't move, except for like it was still excruciatingly painful, and like I was just like almost like I was like not crying, but like all worked out, like almost crying the whole walk to the car. And they were like struggling carrying me there, so like it took forever to get to the car. I was so scared, and like, you know, like I don't even know how to explain it. Like, obviously, I was like, it was hurt, but I was more like scared of what happened, like what was gonna happen after, and like if I was gonna have to get like anything scary like surgery, or like if it would like be so serious like I wouldn't be able to do gymnastics or whatever. And like, so that was like running through my head all the time, and like then we finally made it to the place, right? Then I got out, and there's like a police officer, so he like kind of carried me to the thing, but meanwhile I was like holding my leg like this, like squeezing it.
Okay, so Rob carried you in?
No, the police officers carried me to the wheelchair. Okay, so basically we were sitting there for a good 4 hours, I would say, right?
I don't know. Anyway, when I saw you, you were the greenest color green I've ever seen a person be.
I was green like the grass and the trees.
And then I realized, and I was like, you had the leg wrapped, so I really, really couldn't see either.
And, yeah.
I didn't know. It looked like your knee because it looked big to me. So I was like, oh gosh, she has a dislocated knee, or she tore like
But good thing that I didn't dislocate it or tear anything, because that would have been way worse.
That's what people said. In your knee.
Like, and okay, so let me not go.
So back. So you're back in the ER.
We're in the ER. Then finally, like I was like crying because I was in so much pain. I wasn't like I couldn't like stop myself from crying, and like I just couldn't. There's no way I could. And like it was like so painful, and I was just sitting there like this, and my leg was sliding, and I couldn't like move and anything. My butt was burning because I had like, I don't know, I think I have a broken tailbone. I don't even know. And then my back was burning because of how I was sitting in this uncomfortable wheelchair. And then finally, Rob was like, okay, she needs pain medication. Like, she's like in so much pain. So she wheels me over to this room, and like it was like this little room behind the desk where they talk to you, whatever. And gave me a shot. So first they gave me this little thing for like nauseousness, because that supposedly makes you nauseous. And
gave you a needle with pain meds.
And then she gave me a needle, and then he was like, we need to go get x-rays like right now. This is doctor number 2. He walks in, and he was like he showed us the picture. Like he turns the picture around and was like, this is the worst I've ever seen. And then my mom said that she like went black. Like,
I thought I was gonna pass out.
I didn't like go black, but I got super like upset. Like I was like freaking out, but I didn't like think I was gonna pass out. But like I got super upset, and then he was like, so we're gonna have to put it back in place, like put her to sleep, pop it back in place. So then he was like, you're gonna have to go to AI because like you're probably most likely gonna have surgery. So then they put me to sleep, so they put the IV in. The doctor that did it was so nice. He was so funny. Like,
I loved him. He was a nurse. So.
The nurse. And he was like this old guy, and he was so cute.
This old guy. He wasn't that old, guys, okay?
He was.
No, he wasn't. Maybe 50.
Nah, he was older than 50.
I don't think he was. Poor guy. Poor nurse who looked old.
Pure white hair.
He did. Maybe. Yeah.
He was up in like the late 50s.
Okay,
anyway, basically, after that, they put me to sleep. Obviously, they put medicine in the IV, and they put me to sleep. And then before that, the guy was like, okay, you guys are gonna have to leave because it's gonna like be like.
Yeah, he's like, we could leave, or we could stay if we really want to watch it. But he's like, I recommend you to leave. It's gonna look pretty gruesome.
Gruesome.
I
yes,
can't say
that's
that word.
The word. And so then they left when I fell asleep. Like after I fell asleep.
And she fell asleep in literally 2 seconds.
So then they put it back together, and then my leg was in a brace, like a knee mobilizer that we actually still have in the office. Anyway, so I was in the knee mobilizer. Okay, so then I was in the knee brace, and then so then they were like, okay, you're gonna have to go over to AI, the Children's Hospital, all that stuff, because it's more serious. Finally, we went over to AI, and I was just like, obviously, yeah. And then when we got to AI, we didn't wait long, and so then they had to like change me into a gown. They had to wipe me all down because we can't be dirty for surgery. So then I had to wear granny panties, and I had to pee in a thing. And when I woke up, I woke up to them giving me taking my blood work.
Yeah.
So then it was time for surgery. So then like. Basically, they wheeled me away for surgery. No. Okay, so then she was like, okay, so we gave them that, and then all of a sudden, like, I was like sleeping. Like, I was done. I was already sleeping. That stuff put me right to sleep.
Yeah.
And I was like, and then Mom, like, a couple of days later, like, it was like a little while later, Like, she was like, oh, what did the other room look like, and what else did they give you? Like, what did they say to you? And I was like, what do you mean? I didn't see a different room. Like, I was already sleeping. Like, I don't remember anything after that. The surgery actually felt like I was sleeping. Like, it actually felt like I was, like, having a long nap. Like, nothing hurt. I didn't feel anything, but it actually felt like I was actually sleeping. When I woke up, it actually felt like I've been actually sleeping. So, that's not, I don't know what else to say.
Well, okay.
What are my valid points in this?
This really didn't have a lot. You didn't really answer his questions. He wanted to know
what
it's like to break your leg and what it's like to have your leg in a cast.
What is it like to have my leg in a cast? Like when you like move around and stuff, like if you're moving, it kind of hurts and it's kind of really uncomfortable. And also another thing is it itches like crazy. Like you would never expect anything to itch this much. That is the worst thing is the itching part. Because, like, after everything else, like, when you have your cast, it's literally so terrible.
Can't shower or bathe, really.
Worst thing ever. You can't shower barely at all. And it's so
you kind of just have to sponge bathe. You can't get the cast wet. If you do, you have to go back to the hospital and get a new one. Do you think you're convincing enough to tell someone why they would not ever want to break their bone and feel what it's like to be in a cast?
No.
So that, you can take it as you want.
Take it as you want.
If you want to break your leg and be in a long leg cast for 6 weeks, then go for it. Why not? I don't care. It doesn't affect me.
You only live once, right?
It's not.
It doesn't affect me, but I will never do it again. So
not on purpose. So we're gonna write
Bradley. How do you spell Bradley?
I think it's Bradley. I think.
Okay, so I'm using gold just because like I don't have very much gold. I just think it'll be fun. And
I could write Bradley.
I'll put it here. B-R-A-D-Y-L. Wait, Brad. Oh yeah, L-E-Y. Sorry, guys. I'm dumb.
There it is.
There it is, guys. Bradley. Thank you for the questions, Bradley. Hope I answered them.
So we already have in our last video, which we just uploaded with all the pictures on here, the names on it.
Yeah.
So I'm not doing that again because
I hope I answered your question, Bradley. And anyone else that had the same questions, or if I answered anyone else's questions before you even asked the questions. I don't know. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to our channel. And don't break your leg, guys. Bye!